Hello, I'm back after a few months. Today I'm going to be building a village in survival so I can get enchanted books for pickaxes because I keep on dying and losing all of my pickaxes. And here I'm just flying around the concept, but I don't want to spoil anything, so it's blurry for that reason. Anyways, to start it off, I already had this design. I've had it for a while, and in my world, every time I make a fortune pickaxe, I always die with it. So I need more fortune pickaxes. So I thought, why don't I make a village and then I can get fortune and unbreaking, stuff like that. So all I had to do before I started was to design like a centerpiece, like a town hall. So what I decided to do was make this watchtower looking thing. So I wanted it to be circular and also tall and central so that it could be seen from the whole village. I also wanted it to be, like, in case you needed to shoot something from it for whatever reason, I added these trapdoors as, like, windows, but not quite windows. And then a few floors, of course, with trapdoors, because villagers and ladders do not mix very well. So, here it is. And now to get on to the building in survival. So I feel like one thing I really underestimate whenever I build things in creative is that I need to actually get the resources for these in survival. An example of this would be in this project where I used a lot of oak logs and oak. So I needed to do a lot of tree chopping, and I mean a lot. Interspersed with this was chopping pillagers. As you can see, I suck with an axe. So I decide to stand over here, calmly pull out my sword, and then I go in on him in the worst way. This is so gross. But now that I had my wood and my stone, which I gathered off camera like a true Minecrafter, I had to actually plan it out so I'd have an idea of what I was doing. So I busted out some of the paper and the pencil in the real world. So what I was going for was the tower in the middle, and then it's surrounded by a bunch of houses. So I was going for a few of the small houses, mostly the small houses because I wanted 12, 13 villagers, a few big houses for the villagers, and then a few miscellaneous job areas. So I had one bigger house with 2 lecterns in it, and then one tower one with only 1 lectern. So I placed those around. Overall, I did not adhere to this, but it did help. With that done, I quickly recorded all the block measurements of the buildings and got ready to start. Alright, here we go. Here is the area I want to turn into this village. And as you can see, I have 1 villager in that little box. It turns out he has an enchantment that isn't really that good. It's only the 2nd level of an enchantment. I want level 3 on, so I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Probably just lock him in another box and then try and do something. Anyways, this is the area I'll be working with. I'm not going to do anything to that ravine because I want to keep it for a project later. Let's start marking things out. So first, I had to remove all of the grass from the area. So it's kind of like mowing the lawn almost. You just gotta clear all the time. So I started laying the foundations with the main building, the watchtower, and overall, I'd say it's useful to do these foundations. They're good to have, but you shouldn't take them as the gospel, as it were. So next, I'm just building in these little boxes. These are to represent all the houses that you saw on that piece of paper. These are all wrong, actually. All of the dimensions were wrong, but that doesn't really matter because I built it right later. So now, with the rest of the foundations done, I can take a look at the village and how it differs from my plan. So, as you can see here, it's not perfect, but this is approximately 12 houses and I believe enough space for 12 job blocks. So with that done, I just marked out all of the space for my houses with bamboo so I'd know what's what. With all of the prehensile steps done, it was time to start building the structures themselves. So here's what it looks like, and I'm going to start the montage. I won't bore you with the rest of the houses because they're all basically built like this, including the ones with different designs or just extensions. And so, I went on to build the tower. I am so sorry for this grievous, heinous crime. I forgot to record me building the main tower, so you're just gonna have to watch me go around it and show you the town, which is also done at this point. I'd say it looks pretty good. I'll do a cheeky little dirt tower to show you a bit better before I add in the paths. The paths were probably the most annoying part of this project because I needed a lot of mud, and getting mud was a little bit painful. In the end, I managed, got enough wheat, got enough mud, and I added them in a random configuration, path blocks, mud bricks, pressed mud, packed mud, whatever it is. In the end, I think it turned out great. Before I do the walkthrough real quick, if you enjoyed the video, if you've watched this far, leave a comment as to what you'd want in another video. Just curious. Here's the walkthrough.